subscribe button now. Don't forget to check out our back covers. Welcome back to the Unionist Garage. Today we're going to... Welcome back to Mad Life. Well, if you follow the channel, you'll see that I made a purchase recently for a new front bumper. You see that video up there. It didn't go particularly well. So I've contacted a company that I've dealt with before, and to be fair, I should have gone to them in the first place. So it's Tarmac Sportz. I spoke to Chris, and Chris said he was developing a new front bumper for the 350. So I made my order, and it's just turned up. So let's go and have a look, and this is going to be the trial fit video. Right, let's get going. So let's look. It's in a tiny, tiny little box that you wouldn't even know was there, would you? Let's have a look. Let's see what's in this lovely box. You don't want to see what's in here, do you? No? Alright, I'll just end the video here. I'm not that mean. Come on in, let's have a look. Here we go. Dun dun dun! Right, let's get this out and see how well it goes on. Bit of a trial fit. It's very pretty, give it that, really nice and smooth, not going to take a lot of prep for that, that's for sure. Yeah, that's been done really well. Right, let's get this box up, God knows what I'm ever going to do with, one side. Let's step it back and have a look here. Have a walk around with the camera, shall we? Okay, so this is the 370 Nismo style front bumper for the 350Z. Like I said a second ago, I don't know if you can hear it on there, but it is seriously smooth. It's definitely been made well. It's not going to take a lot of prep, I don't think. Well, we're going to have a quick trial fit of it in a second before we start making the alterations. Back side of it, so a lot of bumper's been built. It's not really flexy, but it's not rock solid, so it will take a tiny bit of punishment, I think. Oh, really impressed, looks really good. And it's also pretty damn light, so that's good. Right, let's pop this bonnet. Let's see if this if it goes on, shall we? Well, look, all I've literally done is push that. I haven't actually done anything to that to get it to fit. It's literally just gone on. Do there. So you can see these are aftermarket wings. Now, on this one, I trimmed it back a bit so it could go in there a bit better. On this side, I haven't actually done that, so I may need to do that on this side. I think that's why that's not going back, but then again I may not need to, because this needs trimming down. So they did say they left this a bit long. I mean, you can see on the original, if we put this down, the original is only, say, maybe a thumb depth. It's good to leave it long because obviously if you need more. So it definitely needs a trim down, but overall it goes on like a treat. I mean, you can see now, I'll stick this back up again, trying to miss obviously the parts of my car so I don't damage anything. Normally I'd just clip the top in. Of course there's no holes there yet. Yeah, so that's just catching up with the wing there. But let's see if we can close this down. So obviously it's got to be pushed back. But you can see once I've done this bit of trim here, that's going to go back lovely. It's fitting around those headlamps absolutely perfect. But you can see I can just push that back. That is going to be what looks like an absolutely perfect fit. I'm just going to take a template of this so we can cut the other one so we know where it's got to go. Okay, which you'll be able to see me do. Okay, so we're going to try to line up the straight bit. Okay, so we can see straight away, there's the edge. Okay, we can cut that out in a second. Again, edge, and edging all the way around. Okay, so we're happy with that. That's how it should look. Now we're just going to cut this out. That gives us a rough idea of where we need to cut the new one. So we always check, always put it back on, make sure we're getting a true reading. It's roughly right, so we're happy with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, put the bumper back off. We was obviously looking at this side and we was looking at that piece, which is over there. So we're going to go and do that piece first. There we go, now we can see it's lining up. Okay, so that's where we want to be. We use our trusty Sharpie again. We mark that out, keeping it as straight to what we was looking at as we can. Right, so we're going to give that a cut. Off with the sunglasses now. With these Dremels, they're a very good device, but you need to be wearing safety glasses. So I'm going to stick the safety glasses on. I can see my line I've got to cut. I've got a special cutting blade on my Dremel. Just going to power this up and we'll get started. Okay, so let's give this a cut. Now, doing body kits and stuff, it's always a little bit different from doing other bits and pieces. Now, normally you go cut one, measure twice, cut once. With these sort of things, I always cut a little bit. If you come closer, you'll see it's a little bit away from my line, okay? Because you never quite know, so I just do that like that, just to make myself feel better. I can always trim it back a little bit later. We're going to do the other side exactly the same. Right. So now we'll see if those cuts actually made a difference, shall we? Okay, in we go again. Let's not try and scratch the paint on the original body, shall we? Well, there you go, look, that's that side done. Maybe a tiny bit off of this side, I reckon. Try this side. very, very close. Right, there we go. That's a perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hopefully you can see that. Exactly the same this side. It's going to screw up absolutely with dog bollocks. Right, so to be honest, I've worked on a lot of body kits before. I know it's called Idiot in his Garage, but I'm not a trained body kit person. But just the little things that I've had to adjust on this is absolutely nothing. And when I actually one-handed, it's very difficult, but you can see how well that's going to line up. All the way around there, all the way across the top. You've got to imagine, I've spent 20 minutes just trimming back those bits and pieces. Absolutely nothing else. Back here, do need to trim it a little bit around here, it's a bit too long. And then this is going to pull up in there. That's almost up. Look, all you've got to do is bolt that up. And then we're pretty much done, I think. So I'm just going to do a bit of a line across here to trim a piece off. Cheat a little bit on here, hopefully. What we're going to do is we're going to stick our slam panel that I made on. So obviously, there's the bolt holes in it. So, on this size, I'm going to drill them a bit smaller to make sure they are the right place. Let's see if it. Well, that one lines up quite nicely. How's this one going? So does that. So I've done a bit of work on it. You've seen a little bit of the video, so now you can see this is the fitment and how it went on. So I did mess around with a little bit of the fitment on the front, but you can see that's almost bang on. You've got to remember this is aftermarket wings as well, so it's not exactly standard. Okay, and the line across the bonnet is really good. To be honest, the fitment is near on bang on. You've got to remember this is fiberglass as well. This isn't PU that you can mould around and stuff. To be honest, the fitment is brilliant. So seriously impressed with the fitment on this. I mean, like I say, I've done a lot of fiberglassing before, and this is almost direct fit, which you don't get with aftermarket parts. So good shout out to Tarmac Sportz for making such a great bumper. Well, the video of this being painted and prepped and then totally completion will be coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that, and do hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all again soon.